All right, guys, welcome in here on this Wednesday. Can't believe it, October the 9th. I want to thank you guys very much for stopping by as I am stunned, to say the least, absolutely stunned to see what I have just witnessed here over the last 10 minutes. First of all, I want to welcome you guys in. Thank you for stopping by here. Of course, brought to you by our friends at sportsmemo.com, where we've got some free plays tonight up there ready to rock and roll at sportsmemo.com from a roster of handicappers, some of the best around the country. And even as good as they are at Sports Memo, I don't think anybody would have predicted what we are seeing right now in Game 5 of the Major League Baseball postseason between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Atlanta Braves. And if you guys are monitoring this game, if you are live betting it, let me just say this. The over-under, the total in this game was around 8. It bounced down to about 7.5. I'm not sure what the closing line was at your book, but let me just say this, guys. The over has already hit. And the over has hit, yet Atlanta has not had a turn at bat yet. It is now 10-0 in the top of the friggin' first inning in this game at SunTrust Park. I have never seen the life get sucked out of a stadium before like what I am witnessing right now at SunTrust Park in Atlanta. I had never seen anything like this. If it could go wrong, it did go wrong for Atlanta, and they're still not out of this inning, by the way, guys. They had, even worse, a swinging strike 3 that got past the catcher, and Marcell Ozuna ran to first base only for the catcher to fall down and couldn't throw him out. They had the third out, and they couldn't get him out, and yet another run scored, the 10th run scored. Guys, I've never seen it like this ever. A 10-run, 5 hits, 3 walks, and an error. It is now 10-0. It is over, people. It is absolutely over at this point. The over's already hit. The over is done. If you have first 5 like I do for the Cardinals, it's going to be a very profitable day for you. If you had the over, boom, you've already cashed it. And quite honestly, if you had the Cards full game, that's it. Cash the tickets, guys. Be good to go. It has been a very profitable 25-minute top of the first inning. I never seen anything like this, guys. It truly, you watch the game your entire life. You bet on the game most of your life, and hell, you even played a game. And yeah, that kind of inning there happens on a Tuesday in May. It does not happen on a Game 5 National League Division Champion Series here. And it does look like the Cards, minus any sort of major meltdown here. And by the way, if Atlanta comes back and wins this, but it'll go down as the greatest comeback win in the history of any sport anywhere at any time. But just truly is crazy to see what is happening here. But congratulations to the Cardinals for scoring 10 runs in the top of the first. And I'm not sure how the Atlanta Braves come back from this, recover from this in any way, shape, or form. Unbelievable. Fultonevich lasted about half the batters. They batted around once and a half. They went through the order once and made it all the way to the number 5 hitter, I believe. Just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. In a word, crazy. But maybe another word would be profitable. Again, if you had the Cards, taking them, first 5, you're going to win that. If you took the over, you got that. So far, so good for me. I'm just in awe. I'm cashing these tickets, and I'm in awe as I was backing the Cards, mostly because they have Flaherty on the mound. He's taken them. He hadn't even pitched yet, and yeah, it's over because you're not scoring 10 runs or 11 runs off of Flaherty at this particular point. So unbelievable, but we do have a game tonight that I want to get to. We also have a college football game tonight also. Little Sunbelt action on a Wednesday night, very rare Wednesday night game. Want to get there to you, but of course, also want to remind you guys that it is fairly important about line shopping here because I'm getting this question a lot throughout the day. Sometimes I'll be giving you guys lines, and I'll be telling you 7.5, 3.5, 5, whatever it may be, and you guys are unfortunately seeing different numbers at some of the books that you guys are using. And the reason being is because, yes, that's the whole point of line shopping, is that you want to give yourself an opportunity to get the best number, since you don't give a shit if it's the Cardinals, it's the Braves, it's the Dodgers, it's the Nationals. What's important to you is that you can get the right number for that particular game. Since we're all betting numbers, we're not betting teams. So how do you do that? Well, you got to have multiple options. And it all starts, let's face it, you're going to need an offshore book that you guys can rely upon. And that's why I've been telling you about UWager for, what, a year now? It's absolutely one of the books that I use. Love using it as a resource. And I can tell you right now, half the bets that I made tonight, and I made over a dozen of them, half the bets went to UWager because why? Well, they had the best number. That was it. Was able to get the number I was looking for in these matchups, in these bets tonight, and voila. And you can too. You need a offshore book that you guys can rely upon, that you say, you know what, I don't have to fund it with with Fort Knox here. You put a couple of bucks in the account. They'll match 100% of it right now. 1-800-UWager. Give them that code. They'll give you the 100%. JRS50. You put in 50 bucks, they'll put in 50 bucks. There, boom. You got 100 bucks in the account now, and now you can go shopping tonight for whether it be the football game, whether it be the second Game 5 that we've got here today between the Dodgers and the Nats. You got to have options, and you got to have books that you guys can rely upon. And I'm telling you, from customer service to pricing, there is nobody better. I love these guys over at UWager. Easy, hassle-free payouts. They don't hold your money for 9 years, guys. You don't have to jump through hoops, give a leg. You don't have to do any of that in order to be able to get your money out. It's very simple. It's hassle-free, which is what I love. And, oh, yeah, the pricing is pretty good. 1-800-UWager. The code is JRS50. Put in 50 bucks, guys, they'll put in 50. Put in 100, they'll put in 100. It is that simple. Call them right now, 1-800-UWager. The code is JRS50. All right, we'll get to our friends from Paperhead here in just a minute. But again, want to remind you over at sportsmemo.com, you've got plays tonight that are up, are ready to rock and roll. So if you guys want to go ahead and head over to sportsmemo.com and check out our friends like Dr. Chuck RX, Hunter Engelhardt, Mid-Major Matt, who is foaming at the mouth tonight because he's got himself a play that he is ready to go in the Sunbelt tonight. Appalachian State, University of Louisiana, Lafayette going here. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight, that college football game, with an over-under of 69.5 already. There's going to be some scoring there. But the opportunity for you guys to get the knowledge and get the support from some of the best handicappers around the country available to you, sportsmemo.com. Go there, get there. All right, check it out. A lot of free plays available for you as well. All right, tonight we've got at least a Game 5 that I'm fairly certain we are not going to see 10 runs scored in the very first inning. I'm fairly certain that that's not going to happen. But what we are going to see is Walker Buehler on a mound for the Dodgers taking on, Strasburg for the Nats. And currently right now, as I'm looking across at our friends at UWager here, and I'm taking a look at this line right now, you've got a couple of interesting options. It's the Nationals just continue to rise, guys. Plus 160 right now on the money line. The Dodgers, minus 170 is what you have there. Minus 170, plus 160 for the Washington Nationals. And I got to tell you, at plus 160, guys, there's just too much value to pass up. At least sprinkle in at least a half a unit. You got to put a little something on the Nationals. Strasburg in the playoffs, his record is undeniable. You cannot argue with what you've got from Strasburg in this situation. Now, he hasn't been great at Dodger Stadium. His record, his last 5 starts there, 1-4. At least not his record, but the Nationals, they're 1-4 in his last 5 starts at Chez Ravine there for the Dodgers. But at plus 160, guys, way too much value on the Nats in a Game 5 situation where, let's face it, it could be a coin flip here. I don't necessarily think that we're going to be looking at a game that is going to, score 10 runs in the top of the first inning there. I do think this is going to be a pitcher's battle here tonight. And if you can get the Nats right now, anything from plus 160 or higher, guys, you got to put at least a half a unit. You got to sprinkle a little something on that. It is too good to pass up. Now, you can also get a run and a half at minus 145, I'm seeing. That's a possibility for you, too, if you think this is going to be a close game. The total has hovered around 7 all day long. Now, this is another situation where that's a low total. And if it's going to be a pitcher's battle, it's going to be a pitcher's battle, I feel, at least through the first 5 innings. Because the big unknown here is what happens if Strasburg can't go 7 innings. If Strasburg can't get out or has to get out in the 5th inning, or they're pulling him out by the 6th inning, who in the hell are the Washington Nationals going to bring in that you have confidence in? It can't be, it can't be Scherzer. He already maxed himself out, so he's done. It can't be Corbin. He got lit up on 2 days rest just a couple of days ago. They're not going to bring him in. So that means you've got either Sanchez or Doolittle or Hudson, and that to me just reeks of runs, and a lot of runs at that. So if I was to play the total here, you may want to look and see. I do believe there's a couple of 4s still around, or 3.5s at most places here. Yeah, it's the first 5 is where I would stick to, because I do think that Buehler and Strasburg will be good for at least the first 5 innings. We know Clayton Kershaw is coming in for the Dodgers tonight at some particular point. Whether or not Buehler goes 5 or he goes 6, expect to see Clayton Kershaw. Don't expect to see any of the bullpen members there of the Dodgers, Maeda or anybody else. And I think that's a smart move. The Nats, they got to get Strasburg for 7. So I think the play here for you guys that are looking at the total is definitely going to be the first 5. If you're going to play under the first 5, and let's assume Buehler and Strasburg are going to have a pitcher's duel. If not, I do believe the guy that might be able to go off the hinges here is Walker Buehler. He is not invincible, and while he has pitched extremely well at Dodger Stadium, it is not like we have not seen stretches where he is inconsistent. He's still a young guy, guys. He is still somebody that he's not Strasburg. He doesn't have a history of pitching in the postseason. While he did good at Game 1, this is a Game 5, and you just don't know how he is going to react. And if he is not as sharp as he was, I would expect that the Nationals hitters swung at a lot of bad pitches there last time out, and also let a whole bunch of pitches go by that were over the plate. I would expect them to be a little bit more aggressive against Buehler here tonight. I would say they come out swinging, and if Buehler is a little bit off, like let's say Verlander was last night, yeah, we might be getting you might just be getting the good old Clayton Kershaw a little bit sooner than later. So he's an unknown to me, which is why my play is going to be the Nationals in the first 5 at plus 130 here at our friends at UWager. I would definitely take a first 5 flyer, not only on the Nationals in the first 5, but of course Nationals at plus 160 for the full game. I would definitely put a little something on there. And I'm looking at the full game line here. Even the run line plus 1.5 is minus 145. It's not a bad price. There are options here, value options on the board here tonight. But me personally, I'm going to go first 5 Nationals on that money line there. And at plus 160, I'm going to back the Nats. No way around it. Too much value there for me to not. Anything can happen in this game, and I do expect the Nationals, who just came off of that win at home, extending this series. Listen, Bellinger, Seager, they've got no RBIs in this series here. They aren't exactly crushing the ball, and as good as Buehler has been, not enough people paying attention to what Strasburg has been this year. I think he's exactly the guy that you want up in this situation. So as far as I'm concerned, that's way to go. First 5. Take the first 5, go to the money line, and then go full money line, a little sprinkle on something there. So that's going to be my play here tonight there. You guys are more than welcome to tail, but my suggestion, of course, is that you guys head over to sportsmemo.com and give yourselves a good opportunity to be able to cash in, not just from, just not from the free plays, but some of the best handicappers from around the country are there at sportsmemo.com. The other game we've got tonight is you can close that. The other game that we got going on here tonight is a college football game in the Sunbelt. That Sunbelt is going to feature two teams that are going to score an awful lot of points tonight. Get ready for some excitement, guys. This ain't the Cincinnati Bengals or the New York Jets playing. This is going to be a whole lot of fun to watch unfold here tonight between, Louisiana Lafayette taking on App State, a little Sunbelt battle. And I know a lot of people have been looking at the total in this and going, yeah, they're going to go over. It's automatically going to go over. I am not as convinced that this game is going to go over. It's been bouncing back and forth between minus App State -1, -1.5 to now Lafayette getting, now the favorite. The line has shifted a little bit. 70 points is a lot of points here for two teams that, while they don't play an awful lot of defense, don't get me wrong, but that's got to be a lot of possessions. They both run the ball really, really, really good. So if they're not exactly prolific passing teams, which means they could chew up clock. If either of these teams' defenses are able to get stops, then you're looking at a little bit of the clock getting chewed up here, and then to be able to reach 70 points with two running teams, not throwing it all over the yard teams, two running teams, I'm actually favoring the under in this game. I think it's going to be a little bit hard. Two potent offenses, don't get me wrong. They're both, I think, averaging, 44 points a game, but that comes with special teams and some defensive turnovers in that average as well. I don't see that. I think both of these teams, you're going to be looking at run-first offenses, and now App State can throw the ball, but I don't know how much they're going to be throwing here tonight, to be completely honest with you. I think there's going to be running all over the place, and I also think that ultimately, when it gets to the fourth quarter, I think it's going to be a little bit difficult. We're going to be running out of possessions to get over that 70. So I'm going to lean to the under in this game, and I'm also going to lean towards Lafayette here, University of Louisiana Lafayette. I think they're at home. I think they're going to exact a little revenge here on App State from last year. Lafayette 5-0 against the spread this season. I do think they've got revenge on their mind. I think a lot of two people are in love with what Appalachian State used to be, which they are not anymore. Don't forget, new coaching staff, new regime there at App State. So it's Drinkwitz. Elijah Drinkwitz is the new Appalachian State head coach. Yeah, listen, they got a road win over North Carolina, and I get that. And they are right up there in the group of 5 teams that might be looking to play on New Year's Day. But I think Lafayette is got exactly what they need. I think they're a little bit better on offense, and I think their defense especially is a little bit better than what App State's rolling here tonight. So I'm going to take the under 69.5 and 70, and I'm going to fade App State here. I'm going to go with Lafayette tonight, laying the point or, point and a half, whatever it may be. But again, shop your book, guys. That's the whole point. So that's where I'm going here tonight, guys. Going to be a fun night. Not anymore. Not at a 10-0 battle here in the St. Louis-Atlanta game. That game is already over. But we got another Game 5 tonight, 8:30. I'm going to be taking I'm going Nats, man. I'm going Nats first 5. I'm going to go Nats money line at plus 160. Again, if you can get it at plus 160, too much value. Don't empty the coffers there, guys. Don't take out a second mortgage dropping it on the money line at plus 160, but it's certainly worth at least a half a unit. Make sure you're represented on the money line tonight for the Nats, because Game 5's anything can happen, and I'm willing to bet that Strasburg lasts a little bit longer than Buehler here. So I'm willing to go first 5 Nats. I'm willing to go full game Nats on the money line and make a few bucks. We'll see what happens when it's all said and done. And don't forget the under tonight in this App State, Louisiana, Lafayette game. Good luck no matter what side you guys are going on. Want to remind you, sportsmemo.com, that is the place for you guys to go. Get more free plays, hear from some of the best handicappers from around the country, posting plays there each and every day. We got another Game 5 tomorrow, Houston, Tampa. We got a Thursday night football game. We got much on the card. We'll do that again here tomorrow. Make sure that you stop by. And when you guys get a chance, don't forget, if you are sick and tired of trying to beat the books, you can always become the book. It's what I'm telling you with our friends at Pay Per Head. All you have to do, guys, is pick up the phone and call 888-762-2111. And in 15 minutes, you can be on your way to opening your own sports book business. You can become an independent sports book agent simply by utilizing the technology and having the support to go ahead and grow that business with our friends at paperhead.com. Call them, guys. There's so much information there. It's so easy. It's way easier than you think. If you have friends, or maybe you don't have friends, but if you have friends, if you have coworkers, if you have family members, then you already have a book of business waiting for you. You don't need $1 million. You don't need all of this crazy amount of money to get and open a sports book. It's not what it's all about. You can have the ultimate side hustle right now set up for you in 15 minutes. That's it, 15 minutes, guys, and you are up and running, and you have the opportunity to have your very own individual sports book business by becoming a sportsbook agent with payperhead.com. Call them, guys, 888-762-2111. That's 888-762-2111. All right, guys, good luck here tonight. It's now, I think it's almost, it's still 10. I thought it was 11. All right, still 10-0 there in the Cards game. That's over. Good luck with those games tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow breaking down Thursday Night Football and Game 5. Houston taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Cole versus Glasnow. The battle of former Pittsburgh Pirates. How are they feeling there? We'll break that down tomorrow, though. But good luck tonight, guys. May the bets and the winners and the cashing of the tickets be all yours tonight. Thanks again for stopping by. We'll be back again tomorrow. Don't forget, get your account also set up. UWager. Don't wait. Shop those lines. Don't settle for numbers. Do not settle for numbers, guys. Get the best number right there. You can do so with UWager. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for stopping by.